Okay, so this is number 8, and they want you to identify all these different parts and behaviors of the graph. 400 times 1/2 to the x. So let's do this. Let's go to y equals and graph it. Now listen, everybody, if you're graphing number 8 to take a look at the picture to see what it looks like, you might want to recall that on Friday, or the last time we met, we did scatter plots, right? So do you notice on the y equals screen, plot 1 has the box around it, it's highlighted? If you go up and hit enter, that's a quick way to turn that plot off. That way, when you go to look at the graph of number 8, you don't have dots on your screen or you don't get an error because your window isn't good. All right, so again, I went up, enter. That's how you can toggle plot 1 on or off. Up, enter, turns it off. Okay, they wanted 400 times 1/2 to the x. Is that good? Yeah? So if I hit zoom 6 for a standard window, I'm probably not going to see a very good picture, because what is the starting value for this problem? 400. That's actually our y-intercept. Isn't that one of the things they want to know? They asked us to identify the y-intercept, right? So I need a window that's going to show the y-intercept of 400. And then what's going to happen to 400 every time x goes up by 1? What's going to happen to my number when I multiply by 1/2? It's going to cut in half, right? So it's going to be 400, 200, 100, 50. In fact, it's going to get closer and closer to the x-axis without crossing. Long story short, let's go to Window and set up our own window. For x, let's go from -10 to +10. But for y, let's go from 0 to 400. See what happens. Graph. Okay, does that make sense that it starts at 400 and then it drops pretty rapidly? Yes? Okay, so we have our y-intercept. What's the domain? Can x be anything from left to right? Okay, so -infinity to infinity is our domain. What's our range? The range would be the y values that this graph is touching. Is it touching all the positive y values? Is it ever going to cross 0? No. So the range is going to be all numbers greater than 0 to infinity. That's our range for this one. Does it have an asymptote? Is there a y value that it's never going to cross? The asymptote would be at y equals 0. And I think they wanted end behavior, right? End behavior. And this is how we do end behavior. As x goes to infinity, what does y get close to? As x gets really big, y gets really close to 0. As x gets really negative, can't see it on this window I chose, but as x gets negative, what's y going to do? Increase. Y goes to infinity. I think that satisfies what they wanted in number 8. Okay? Number 9 will be similar, but it's growth. So I think the only thing that's going to change in number 9 will be the y-intercept and the end behavior. The domain and range should be the same. The asymptote should be the same for number 9.